kindergarten. This is Miss Gardner, and welcome to Writer's Workshop. All week long, we've been doing an author study about Tana Hoban. Okay, this is her picture here, and let's review some things that we've learned about her this week. We learned that she uses real pictures in her books, real pictures and photographs. She also teaches us, and all of her books use no words. She does not write any words in her books. Okay, so let's look at the book that we've been making this week, and I'll come up a little closer so you can see it. If you've been following along, you should have a book similar to this. We started with our front cover. Remember, every front cover needs pictures, needs the title, which our title is Shapes, and then we need the author's name, which in this case is Mrs. Lusher, okay? So then, once we have all those things, let's open it up. And we have our first page. Mrs. Ralston worked on this, and she made all types of triangles on her page. And then we had Mrs. Looper work on the second page, and she made some rectangles, okay? So today, I'm going to show you what you can do if you think that you are finished with your book, okay? So I'm actually gonna go back now that I've made my first two pages. I'm gonna go back and I'm going to label. I'm gonna label the pictures, and I can also add some details as well, okay? So let's get started. I'm gonna start with the front cover by making some labels. And I'm gonna use the color red so it sticks out, it stands out, okay? So on our front cover, we have three pictures. We have a ball, we have a house, and we have a cat. Now, I'm gonna start with the ball. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to make sure that you have your ABC chart out, because this will help you when you're trying to listen for the sounds, okay? So some of these pictures, I might just write the beginning sound, and some of them, I might actually write the whole word, okay? So for this first picture, ball, I think I'm just gonna write the first letter, okay? So let's say that together. Ball, ball, b, b. If I'm looking at my ABC chart, what letter is that? That's the letter B. So I'm going to label this with just the letter B. Okay? Let's look at the next picture. We have a picture of a house. House. If I'm looking at my ABC chart, what letter says I see the H. So in this case, I'm actually going to spell out the word as best as I can, the word house. Okay, that means I'm going to say it slowly, house, and I'm going to write the sounds that I hear. So we know we hear the letter H. House. What else do you hear? House. I think I hear an O in there. House. What do we hear at the end? House. I think I hear an S. There we go. So I've labeled ball, I've labeled house, and then I'm going to label cat. I'm going to say that slowly. Cat. We have a cat on the ABC chart. What letter goes with that? It's the letter C. So I'm going to make my C. And I'm going to say that word really slowly because I think I can write all the sounds in that word, and I think you can help me. Are you ready? Ah. What's that second sound? That's the letter A. Ready? At. What's the N sound? T, t, t. We're looking at our ABC chart. I've got my pencil rubric in the way. T, t, t. T says T. So I'm going to add my T. So now I've labeled my pictures on my front cover. Now I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to just label a few pictures in my book, okay? So let's start on this page. I think I want to label the picture watermelon, watermelon, w, w. We're looking at the ABC chart, w, 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 as in watch, that letter is going to be W. Okay. There we go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go to the next page. Now, like I said before, if you think you're finished, not only can you label your pictures, you can also add details, okay? So I'm going to actually add some details to the picture that Mrs. Looper did, okay? So she has her window here, and she drew a tree in it, and she's got some grass, but I think I'm going to color in the grass, okay? So I've got my green crayon here. I'm going to go ahead and color in the grass. There we go. And this is something you can do if you think you don't have enough details in your picture. You can go back and add that later. Okay, then I'm going to go back to labeling. Alrighty. So we have an iPad here, and we also have the ABC chart. Let's start with the iPad. iPad. What's the first letter you hear? Yeah, it's the letter I. So I'm going to go ahead and write that word there. And then we also have our ABC chart that we use every single day. And you know what, friends? I think I'm just going to label it ABC, just because I don't think I have enough room to write all of that. So A, B, C. There we go. So not only have I went back to label my pictures, I added some detail. And I want us to look at one more thing before we go. We always want to make sure that we are thinking about our pencil rubric, okay? Lay that there. So there's just a few things on here that we can actually apply to with our pencil rubric. Okay, the first one is that we learned about is your picture matches your words. Well, this book was all about shapes. And in my book, we had all types of pictures that had shapes in it, right? Yep. So that one applied to it. Our picture matched our words, and we also made sure that we labeled some of our pictures. We're not starting with a capital letter because we're not writing any sentences in this book, but we make sure that we stretched out our words. That means we said the word slowly, and I wrote the sounds that I heard. And then we didn't use finger spaces or ending with punctuation because that's when we're writing our sentence. Alrighty, friends. So I hope that you can go back and label some of your pictures. And yeah, I can't wait to see you work. See you next time. Bye.